Hi, I'm Lori, and I am a registered nurse, and I want to just tell you today how I've gotten into business with the Photon Genius. For 31 years, have just been a registered nurse, just working in hospitals and clinics, and I never really did see myself as a business owner. And so I started getting into the hormone business, and I started a business about 2.5 years ago. And I was doing it kind of part-time. I was still working, but when I was doing the hormones, it was, oh, there's a client, then there's not a client. And it was almost like the hobby. And then I found the Photon Genius. And I started, Warren came and talked to us, and a group of people that I was with, and we started to see, how can we get this Photon Genius? And I knew I needed the money. I knew I didn't have any money. And I knew it would probably work with my business that I already have going on, and I would have it as a product, a different product. It's quite a product though, because I have to now have scheduling. I have somebody to work it. It takes money for rent. So I started really seeing, how could I do this? And the more I thought about it, the more excited I got. And the more my business even got bigger, just by knowing I'm going to have to take these steps. And so the way I did it is I found somebody that would be an investment partner. She has no say-so in what I do in my business, but I do give her a certain percentage of the net profit every month, and I pay her back for the machine a set amount of money. So that has seemed to really work for me. So then it took me about a year to really find somebody that would invest with me in that way. I was kind of throwing around things like, oh, I would do 50% with somebody else. I could come up with half the money, they come up with half the money. And it turned out that this is how it happened, that somebody actually bought it for me, and I am now paying them back in the investment partner type way. And then I needed a place for it. And so I looked around and I found this really great practitioner that's a naturopathic practitioner that is in a really great location, the location that I wanted. And he immediately just started renting a room for me. So I'm in his office, but I'm just in one room. It really works great for me this way. I really recommend that you have some kind of practitioner office with you, a chiropractor, a massage therapist. You know, the Photon actually benefits their product, or what they're doing, so you can actually work together. But even if you don't totally work together, I'm in a busy office. My clients come to see the Photon. They see all of these people in the office that really aren't for me, but they see these people in this office and they're like, wow, you're really busy today, aren't you? And I'm like, And then it just, well, I better book my appointments then, because I don't want to not be able to have an appointment. And so that works for me. And so I started out with my friends and family group. I have a large one, and I knew this would be a good thing for me. And so before I ever actually got the machine, I started really telling them about it and really promoting it and being really excited and telling them what's coming. You know, that coming soon really works with you. And if, say, Warren has to, maybe you're waiting 4 to 6 weeks for a build out, that's a good opportunity. You'd be saying, this is coming soon, this is what's coming, this is what I'm doing, this is what's coming. And I had people just waiting for me to open it up. So, and I had a grand opening the very first day. I had them pre-booked 2 weeks before. It was an early bird special, and I had, on my very first day, I had 13 people. They all were paying customers. Every one of them came and got a session, and they even booked 2 sessions more after that, each person, because of the way that I set it up on my early bird special. These people didn't only come once, but they were initially coming 3 times, and they knew this, and they booked 3 times. So I already had booked myself the whole month and a half when I very first started and opened my doors. Price is $50 straight up. And then I have my bottom line too. I have my top line and I have my bottom line. So I know if I want to do specials, if I want to do packages for my best clients, if I want to do certain things, I know how low that I'm going to go. How low is it that I can still make a net profit? Eventually your friends and family group is not going to be enough. That's common knowledge. And so the word of mouth just kept going and kept going and kept going. I also did advertisements in 2 different magazines that actually worked. And I have a lot of clients that come from there. I've done different advertisements, different marketing. Some work, some doesn't. It's trial of error. It's fun to just do different things that might really be beneficial and might not. Another one thing that I found that's really good is I'm staying here. Like, this is the place that I have my Photon at. I'm a year next month, and I'm staying here. And I'm not moving around. I'm not, oh, I'm open now, and oh no, now I'm not open. I'm open every day, except for Sunday. And Saturdays, I have to know that I have people wanting to come, and I'll be open on Saturday. I have a couple of days that are long days, and then I have 3 days that are short days just in the afternoon. And because of my consistency, even the Skilling Institute, they know I'm here. They have people coming from out of state wanting to try it. They're doing going to Skilling for what they do for them, and so they send them over here to me because they know that I'm going to still be in business. I had a client just this week came into the clinic for the doctor that's in my clinic 9 months ago. And 9 months ago, I was just sitting there at the receptionist's desk, and he says, "What are you doing here?" And I told him a little bit about the Photon. He didn't buy anything. He didn't come see it. He didn't try it out. 9 months later, this week, he calls me up and says, "Hey, I seen you 9 months ago, and I'm thinking of coming and seeing it." And so he's made a visit, and then he's also made an appointment for his sister-in-law, who has actually bought a package. His consistency is always just being there, putting the word out and telling everybody how good this machine is and what you've seen. After a year being in business, I can now tell everybody what I've really seen. Not what I've heard, not what I've read, but what I really have seen with my own eyes. And that's what people want to know. They just want to know the real deal. And so I'm able to tell them really what's going on and how it changes everybody that uses it. I think of some other things to tell you about this business, and one thing I'm feeling is the support. The minute I call the Skilling Institute, they're on the phone. I can get them very easily. If anything's going on with this machine, if I have any questions or something's going on with it, immediately I get a response. And I've never been put off, well, just wait, or I've never lost any business of any way because I've been trying to wait on an answer for something. So the support is really good. I can tell you that it is good support. And they're always calling me with referrals, and so that's a really great thing too. If there's anybody in my area, they call and say, "Hey, do you have time to see this person?" It's been a really good year. I'm excited for the next year. I'm excited about getting more photons, putting them in different locations for different reasons. I have a chance to put one in another doctor's office that wants to use this as a cancer treatment. He heats the body up and then does the IVs. I have somebody that owns a spa and is wanting to do it for body wraps. So it's just putting it in different locations, putting somebody there either to run it or have them run it. It's all kinds of different ways that you can do this business. All kinds of different ways. And I've thought of different things that I could even bring into this one room and have different things going on that will accelerate the Photon, accelerate their health, and it accelerates my pocketbook. And the best thing, one of the biggest benefits that I get is that I can use that all the time. And sometimes I use it every day. I've been using it every day for the past week, and I use it anytime I want. Sometimes I'll even sit in close to the patient or the client that's sitting in it, and I get some of the heat too. It has really changed my skin. It has cleaned out the pores because, of course, you're detoxing through your pores. So it's cleaning out all of your pores and your skin looks better. I got a glow. I have a lot more energy. I'm still working a 36-hour job a week, and I am doing this too and making money on it. So, and I have enough energy for both. I sleep better. The gases make me sleep better. It's a real great benefit to have this machine. You know what? If you're going to have a business, this is the way I looked at it too, is that if I'm working 36 hours in a day in a job, in a regular job, and I'm going to be doing this on my day off in my spare time, I better enjoy it. I better have fun, because I'm not going to do it otherwise. And I have a lot of fun. I get to meet people. I get to see them have benefits and be healthier. And I get to use it. So it's just a great thing. When I started up my business, I started it up with $300. And what that got me was electrician that put in the 220 power line for the Photon and furniture. And that's all I started up with. Now I have reserves, you know, of course, to pay my employee and stuff like that if I needed to. But basically, I started my business with $300. And so I started with $300 in the business, and the very first month, I had a net profit of $3,000. And that was after paying everybody I had to pay. And I had a full-time employee, actually, that was doing the receptionist type stuff for me. And I have net profited ever since. I always have people coming in. They either come in from the Skilling Institute referrals, or they come in from referrals from their friends that have already been here, or there's people that are coming in just maintaining, or they bought packages. I've had a couple that have come in here the entire year. They've not stopped 1 week. They've come in twice a week, every single week. For a year. And they're not the only ones. I have many repeat customers. And of course, you know, you're in one location all the time and they know you're always going to be there. They may not come for a couple of months and then they'll come back. So I've always had a steady flow of clients. I've never not had 1 week without anybody. I've always had somebody. So that's been a really good business for me, and now I'm able to now look for even more locations. Not stop this location and get another one, but expand. It's always about expansion. I can spend as much money or as little money as I want on marketing, because I still have people coming in. It's not about paying great big amounts of money on marketing or doing a lot of stuff. I do some things on Facebook for the fun of it, but it's not really, this business has not been really about how much I spend on marketing, because it pretty much takes care of itself. Yeah, I've had clients come through this year. I've had some that have really, this has been their last resort. And they come barely walking. They have lots and lots of drugs in their body for the pain. And after a couple of sessions, I've enjoyed being able to see them get their appetite back and have less pain meds, and their better rest and have better energy even. So it's been a really delight seeing that. Had a 94-year-old person come in, and she had cancer, and they were trying to treat it really with nothing, because you can't get aggressive with that agent, and nobody wanted to even address it really. And she just started coming here and really coming 3 times a week. I'm able to sit in here with her when I need to. I'm able to turn down the heat or turn up the heat and manipulate the machine in any way that I need to do it. I can go from a real gut feeling or me from even a medical feeling of what's really going on here, and how can I manage the machine. And so now she they found one, the last report I got, she had cancer all through her lymph nodes, and they've only found one now under her arm. After having, I think she had about 15, maybe 20-minute sessions, because she only does it for 20 minutes. And so she's really responded well, And it's just a great business to be in, to be able to see people that are enjoying new health when they thought this was going to be it and they had nowhere else to turn. It's really it makes me feel good at night. It makes me feel excited to come back and do this business, open up this machine and see, who am I going to have today? What's going to happen today? Whose life is going to be changed today? I'm so fortunate to be the owner of this machine, because right across the street from me, I go and I work out all the time at this gym, and it's a personal training gym. So you have a personal trainer, you don't get off, being light on yourself, and I never have muscle aches anymore, because I come over here, I get heated up, that lactic acid comes out of my body, and I'm not sore. I've had people come in with colds, I don't catch them. I've had people sick at my house with the flu, with bronchitis, with the viruses going around. I don't catch them. I come in here, I boost my immune system up. I haven't been sick in not a day since I've owned this Photon Genius. And that's only the things I know I'm doing for my body. I can't tell you what is maybe really the cancer cells that this photon's shooting and killing and burning up, the things that I might be facing later on. I just celebrated my 51st birthday 2 days ago, and I am looking forward to a healthy and healthier life, because I own the Photon Genius, and I can say that without trying to look like I'm an info commercial. I really feel it. I can't tell you what this machine may be doing in my body that is preventing something that I would be seeing 20 years down the road, or maybe even 10 years down the road. I've had, in the health part of it, as far as like the weightlifting and the exercising and things, there's actually been sometimes I've been on certain diets that you could not exercise. You can come in here, it burns 700 calories up without you having to move at all. I've had two trainers from the gym come, and they love the machine and how it feels on their bodies, and how they think this is just the best technology they've ever seen in the being pain-free and helping those muscles and burning off fat cells that you couldn't actually ever get to before. And really cleansing the skin at the same time. When you're sweating, you're really not sweating in this machine. You're actually detoxing. I've actually had somebody lick their arm, more than one, lick their arm and say that they've tasted metal. I don't know about licking my arm, but I'll just go with them on that one. So I started out with the friends and family group, and they got referrals. Referrals came from them. I now have doctors and chiropractors sending me clients. I have people trying to figure out how they can do it in their business, how they can bring a machine in. There's just so many different ways that I am making money. That money's constantly coming in. It is a money-making machine with more than just one way. That's what turns me on. I don't want just one way of making money, but I want to be able to do many different ways with this. I can send it, I can have a different location, I can have different people, I can have referrals from a doctor's office, I can work with a person across the street that stretches people. They come in, they see me first, and they go get stretched in the gym. Many different ways and many different facets is way you can run this machine. I can do very sick people, minimal sick people, or the healthiest people just going for their optimal health. I can have somebody that needs a wheelchair, that can stand or can sit in a chair. It's very versatile in every way, and that's what I like. I want to be in charge of the machine. I don't want the machine or my business being in charge of me, but I want to be in charge of that. And I can tell you, it's this, my friend, my money-making machine. So really the deal with this business is not only does it make good money, is it a money-making machine, and it brings in people, and it gives me more time and more money for myself, and it's giving me a future, where I can stop working as a hospice nurse. And it's not just that, but it's a business that I can see people really change their life. And they can come out and they can say, I went in for this reason, but my hip has stopped hurting and I just got used to my hip hurting all the time, never even thought about it, and now it's not hurting. You've given me a new lease on life. And it's about the body. Their body actually did this in response of what the machine is doing. And it's their body doing it, and they're feeling their life back, and they're feeling the joy, and you get a hug at the end of the day. And that's really what makes this business really beautiful. So when I was running my business at first, I had somebody here all the time, and it really actually ran up the bill of the expense of a payroll. And I found out later that I didn't have to have another person here, that it's best the more I can be here, the better, because the people like that personal touch. I felt like now it is more of not just going and running and turning on the machine, but it's really about doing the business, about connecting with the person, getting them to always make another appointment. And you can train people, but the best person that's really going to be in your business is you. And however that's going to look, you are the best person to be in. Even if you're not here every day and somebody else is, if you just always are thinking about it, that's really the key to the successful business. The couple of mistakes that I did make this year are nothing more than what somebody new in a business would make. So it's not because I made a mistake with the Photon Genius, because this is really pretty much an infallible business. You open up the door, you find a place for it, you open it up, you talk about it, you start out with your friends and family, they talk about it, you get a successful marketing somewhere going, and people are coming all the time, just all the time. They're repeating themselves, and you're just booking. That's all you're doing, is you're booking appointments. You're seeing what you can do to better their health. You're seeing what they need. You're getting that personal connection. You're keeping up with them, and the business is going to take care of itself. It's easy business. The reason why these people keep coming back is they're sick and they're needing it. These sick people that keep coming back, the doctors are helping them. But then this Photon is even increasing what the doctors can do for them, and the doctors are knowing this. And I've had a couple of doctors tell me, now you need to come, they tell the patient you need to come 3 times a week. So the client would come back to me and say, my doctor told me I need to book 3 times a week for 2 months. And they would do that. And so your business starts kind of like traveling by itself. And there's been times I've tried to keep up with my business. It's been so good, it makes itself, and it's good. It's a great. And this really started being real for me, really falling into place, is when I ordered my machine. And I didn't know really the client. I didn't have everything totally figured out, but I wanted to. But it was when I ordered that machine, everything then fell in place. I went to the doctor that I wanted to go to and said, hey, I got a machine. Do you have a place? I got all my friends and family excited because now I have a machine and it's coming. It will be here at this certain place on this certain date. Sign up now. And everything fell in place because after I ordered the Photon. Before it was like, well, I'm going to, well, I want to, well, I should. But once I did it, it all fell in place. And now I know when I order my next machine, it's all going to fall in place again. I'm going to find the perfect place, and all of the people are going to be there. Because that's just how it works in this business. The intention's there, and the people can actually see, okay, this is what's going to happen, and this is when it's going to happen, and that's it. When I ordered my machine, and I could call them up too, and I would see where it was, how it was doing, and they would give me the delivery date. And when that delivery date came, they came with, they treated with kid gloves. It's called like the white glove delivery or something like that, where they totally, what they did with mine is they rolled it down the hall, had it all wrapped up nice, rolled it down the hall, up the elevator, down the hall, turned it on, plugged it up for me, locked the things, the wheels even in exactly where I wanted it in my room, made sure it worked, gave me all of the paperwork for it, gave me numbers to call if I had a problem, and I just felt really good when they brought it in, because then I was ready. I had my clients waiting to come in. The exact, like 2 or 3 days later, I was ready for business, and I haven't shut my doors since. I'm really proud to be celebrating my first year in business ever, and with this product ever. Really been in business. This is my first year, and I'm really proud of my success, and it's really because I have a successful machine. I have something that really does work, and it really is helping people, and so it's making me a success. Because usually you always hear the first year of business, this and that, and this is the hard. This is my very first business ever. I just never even thought of myself as a business person. And this Photon Genius has made me a successful business person.